All right, everyone. Let's do a recap for week 3 here of the NFL. Let's check out the algorithm. Let's see what happened. Very mixed day, but some interesting intelligence when we look through injuries and questionable players. We'll get into it. So let's start with the good. The good, Philadelphia, the Eagles, no problem. Covered, crushed it. They really dominated this game. That was good that the algorithm put them at the top of the list. They certainly looked like a dominating team over Washington. That was good. Tampa Bay loses to Green Bay in a close one. We're going to talk about that game in a second. Chargers get blown out by Jacksonville. We're going to talk about that game in a second. Of course, the Colts win because I went on a dissertation of why I would not play them. And I did play them plus 5.5 points and won that bet, but they outright win. They win at home. We're under on the points there, but wow, they do win. Patriots, 2 late turnovers. They could have turned this game around. It didn't happen, and they lose to the Ravens. Buffalo gets stood up on the goal line, I believe, against Miami in that game late. Miami, good looking team. Good looking team. Buffalo's a really good game. That's a preview of a playoff game right there. Is what that looks like. But Buffalo can't get it done. Weird game with Denver. They managed to pull in another underdog that the algorithm does pick off and barely wins an even lower scoring game than we expected. Bears hold on, win this game by 3 points. That was okay. Seattle, heartbreaker. That was another one we really needed. Did not get it. The Steelers was from Thursday night. The Vikings almost blow this game to the Lions, and the Lions do cover the plus 6 points, but the Vikings come back to win. Saints, we're going to talk about in a minute, got really beat pretty hard by Carolina, and Arizona doesn't put up the points they need. This was a low scoring game. We get the Rams points almost exactly, but Arizona cannot put it up. And the Raiders, we'll talk about this game in a second, don't beat Tennessee in what was a very close game, and Cincinnati does win. So not great, choppy, but some okay things. Also, we did hit the over in one of these games that I was talking about. It was the Seattle game goes over the 42. They get to 50. And we did think that that game was going to go over, but the Indianapolis Kansas City game did not go over. And the Arizona game goes under. That was another thing we talked about. So that was good that stayed under here. Only 32 points. We predicted 43. So let me talk a little bit about some intelligence here. There were some bright spots in terms of looking at the injury report. So when we go here and we look at the injuries and we talk about just questionable players, what looks very interesting about this is when we show just questionable players, look at these teams that are on top here. Tampa Bay had some big guys that were questionable. I don't know how much they played, didn't catch the games, but these are big names, and you can see Tampa Bay doesn't put up enough offense. Same thing with the Saints. Real questions under who was going to be healthy for quarterback. I don't know who played or how they played in this game, but it was clearly trouble. So these are signs that you stay away from these teams when they have significant players that are hurting. Detroit fought through it and almost won, but the Chargers also. So it's really really look at 5 of these top 6 teams with heavy injuries all lost. Very interesting to see that. Something to keep an eye out for when we remove everybody else. Okay. That we remove all the questionable players here. All right. When we remove all of them and we go back and we refresh what the scores would have been, this switches around all of a sudden. See this? It's a 9-6 day where you're only losing the Patriots, Seahawks, Bills at a tough game, Steelers on Thursday night, and the Chargers get moved down here. And Tampa Bay gets moved way down here. So kind of something to just watch for every week is we definitely have to check over the injury report. It's imperative as we are crafting our projected scores based off of who is playing. So interesting week, choppy week, but the good news is that week 4 going forward, we're going to be all 2022 stats. We're going to have all of these home and away average points and everything that we use here in the matrix, wherever the matrix is. All of this stuff here is now going to be nothing but 22 stats. We get to just completely get rid of 2021. And that will be helpful now that we have enough stats in there to run this. And I'll be doing an extensive video about how to update every single one of these sheets and roll this forward every week now, because it is a standard process now that we've hit week 4 and we have enough current season stats to do this. We'll be able to get rid of the old schedule. Everything 2021 is going to go, and we'll be left with just 2022. So get ready for that. All right, guys, good luck. Tough day to win. I did not win today. But you know, that's how it goes. We are at least getting into 2022, so things will get better. All right, good luck, everyone. I hope all your picks won, and may all your picks be winning.